Hi, welcome to my creative process, episode 2. Today I'm going to take you behind the scenes of how I filmed this one. So, I already have the audio built out for this video we're about to shoot. Something unhealthy to satisfy the craving, feel bad about it, while simultaneously remembering that I often do this. I often create an entire story out of the audio first and then decide on the shots that I have to get next. So, my goal for this video is to be proud of every single shot that I take and challenge myself to not just do the obvious thing, to work really hard at lighting and to work really hard at getting a creative angle and a creative concept for the shot so that I can work that cinematography muscle and get a little bit better at my craft and not rush through this one just to get something posted. I say that now without knowing how I'm actually going to execute that and accomplish that, but I'm here to take you on the journey with me. Sweet. Alright, let's do it.
Okay, we in the sun. Okay, we in the sun.
Alright, so the first 2 lines of the video are, you ever wake up and think about what you have to do for the day? And so I'm going to see, I don't even know if my lights can do this, but I'm going to try to get an aggressive strip of light only on the eyes opening and waking up. Alright, so we got the stuff to make the bed. Okay, great, that'll work. I'm gonna first try these smaller lights. So if this light doesn't work, then I'm gonna try that other light and tape it. I actually don't think I'm gonna do this. Sometimes I can be pretty analytical. Sometimes I surprise myself of like how difficult it is for me to like practically figure this stuff out, where I'm like, my brain doesn't just find the most practical solution. I have to try out a lot of things, a lot of trial and error until I can get what I'm actually trying to accomplish. It's okay, this is how I learn. So, there we go. I take care of your stuff aperture, I promise. Alright, I got these 2 pieces that I can put on this light. This has a tiny hole in it. So I'm curious what that will do. And so that's a circle. So now I'm thinking if I taped on lines, would that actually work to create that dramatic line that I'm looking for? I almost feel like this is too hot for the plastic. Yeah. Fire danger, don't do that. This light gets so hot, this started melting that plastic already. If I could take these off. I think I'm actually going to use my less powerful light. This light wouldn't melt this. I'm actually shocked at how hard this is, because look, I have a strip like that, and yet when it's on the ground, it's a big, huge square. This is going to be a real pain if this doesn't work. I'm going to take my gear literally apart and try to tape on these metal pieces to create a very harsh line. I'm sure there's like a really easy piece out there that would just create that for you, that you can buy as an attachment for your light. But I don't have that. I gotta get creative and figure out how to jimmy rig something to create what I need and what I want. Great. Great. Okay, honestly, I don't really understand this physics. Wow, I didn't think this would be so difficult. Okay, I have a thought. I think the problem is that I can't have the slot that close to the light source. I think it's got to extend out. And unfortunately, I don't have anything that can help me extend it out except for the middle of a paper towel roll. Okay, so now we got a much further distance from the light source. So now I'm going to use tape to create the little slot. I want to see if just even the science behind this is going to solve my issue. Look at that, we've got a line. Can you see that, camera? Guys, that's so exciting. It's so encouraging. So Just this tiny little slot. Some of you probably could have figured that out in a second, but you know what? I learned something, okay? Actually I really struggle with these light stands. So while I want to film everything on my C70, I think for this shot I'm gonna film it on my R because I don't have the most reliable top-down setup for this heavy of a camera, and I just don't want that many things to go wrong. 4K has a major crop on this, so it makes it very difficult, but I think we're gonna be just fine. We're secure. Hey, but that looks pretty good. Yeah, and then the light right across my eyes. Okay, so I have to wear something that's like pajamas. Green would make my eyes pop. I gotta work on my acting skills too. This up to me, yeah, like that. Be sleeping and I go. Alright, see if my eyes are in focus. Oh. So I think I'm gonna simply just shoot my other light at the wall over there, just to bring up the ambient light in the room a little bit. Okay, so I have these blue gels upstairs and I'm gonna throw a blue gel in front of that light over there so that the ambient light isn't exactly like this light, so that this stands out even more. And if I don't like this, then I might use one of my Aperture MCs to actually do a blue light around me. I put a blue gel on this light and just bounce it off of that wall. Gotta make it look like I slept. Guys, I think I'm happy. So, you ever wake up, think about what you have to do for the day? Well, you just watched 7 minutes of what took me 3 hours to figure out, but I'm so glad I pushed through and made it happen. But I want to talk to you about one more thing about that shot. I know I talk about sound design all the time, but I'm pretty much obsessed with it because it's amazing how sound can just bring a shot to life. So I want to show you what that particular shot looks like with no audio. Okay, now watch how one single sound effect changes your entire experience of that shot. It's crazy, and I love it. That was one sound effect, and it just brought so much energy to that shot. It's just like my favorite thing, and that's why I talk about it so much. And speaking of audio, I got my first big girl sponsorship for this video, which means this YouTube thing can maybe become more of a reality for me, and I'm just really excited about that. So I forgot to talk about the color grade, and I did one interesting thing that made my eyes pop, and I thought you might be interested in it. I look at my waveform, get my exposure to where I want it to be, specifically bringing those shadows close to 0, pump up the saturation, and then mess with all the colors to make the image look the way I want it to. One little trick I love doing is within the curve section. Aside from the all-popular S-curve, I nudged the red color curve to bring some teal into my image. In this particular image, I wanted to make it pretty dramatic, so I changed even more within the hue and saturation curves. I made those blues more teal and removed a lot of the pink in my face because I just didn't like it. But then, this is where the magic happened. I put a mask around my eyes, edited outside the mask, and brought the saturation and exposure way down so that my eyes would pop. Also, shamefully added in some sharpness because my eyes were a little out of focus, but hey, it worked. And that is my way too fast did you catch any of that color grade breakdown. Great. Now on to the sponsorship. So real quick, let me tell you about the sponsor of this video, which is audio. So obviously music is so important to me in my filmmaking process, but I'm pretty much obsessed with it. And good quality music and good quality sound effects are of utmost importance. And audio is a great place for those things. They just recently launched their all-inclusive Audio Pro plan, which covers both music and sound effects, over 6,000 songs and 30,000 sound effects, which are covered for all commercial use, and let me tell you, that is so dang helpful. I have worked as a freelancer for 2 years on my own, and it just saves so much of a headache when it's just that simple. Plus, if you decide after a year that you don't really like audio and want to use them anymore, everything you've downloaded can be used forever, which is great. They also just signed an exclusive deal with Savage, which means they can offer some of the best quality music at the lowest price. Seriously, speaking of that, they're offering 70% off this plan I'm talking about right now, which means it's only $59. And guys, It's honestly insane. I really don't know why you wouldn't take them up for a year for $59 to literally get high quality music and high quality sound effects. Every song I used in my last video was from Audio, and I promise you I wouldn't take on a sponsorship deal that I didn't think was worth your time. So yeah, Audio is great. And of course I have a link for you where you can sign up for that 70% in my description, which does help me out and helps make this YouTube thing maybe more of a reality for me, which is super exciting. So yeah, thanks guys. Alrighty, so before I make this video way too long, let's talk about the few final things I wanted to chat about. Guess what? I want to talk about sound design just a little bit more. Just to repeat myself for the millionth time, I want to show you again how effective sound design in making this shot come to life. Watch how hilarious the behind the scenes of this shot is. It is anything but epic, and yet again, sound design is what brings the entire thing to life. I don't know, that's just fun for me. Alright, and honestly, just because I want to and just because I'm proud of it, I'm gonna show you one more little section of the video without music and without the voiceover and just the sound effects to show you how the sound design of that particular section also brought that to life. I'm just a little bit obsessed, that's all. Cool, that's that. Thanks for enjoying it with me. Alright, and the final thing I wanted to share with ya is so many people feel like they can't shoot midday because the sun is too harsh and it just doesn't look good, which is oftentimes true, but if you're creative enough, you can find the spaces that do look good when the sun is high up in the sky, and that's what this particular shot was. This was me with my drone under lots of trees that provided cover and created cool shadows as that sun was high up there in the sky. And I don't know if you noticed, but that's literally me hiding my hand under my leg to fly that drone upwards because I just have me, myself, and I to film myself, and you gotta make do with what you got. So, and I just want to encourage you, don't let those things like the midday sun be a limitation for you, and find a way to be creative with it and make it work. Honestly, that's advice I need to take myself. So. Well, cool. I hope something in here was helpful for you. At the beginning of this video, I mentioned that I wanted to be very intentional about every shot and be happy with every shot that I took. Look, I wasn't happy with every single shot, but I was happy with the majority, and I'm starting to learn that that's also okay. And I worked really hard at it. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. It sounds like it was helpful for a lot of you in a lot of ways, and that's really encouraging to hear. So thanks for leaving such kind comments. Thanks for being so kind and just following along. Thanks for being here. I so appreciate you guys, and all of this is looking like it's going to become more of a reality, to be posting more on YouTube and, I don't know, getting to share this kind of stuff with you guys. So thanks for following the journey. I'm excited about getting better and better at these the more I practice, and yeah, I'm just really pumped for this. And with that long-winded ending, as usual, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Oh, my back.
Because it's amazing how sound can just bring a shot to life.